All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving our praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, and also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do a response onto a few videos concerning the cost of living and the crisis that is happening throughout the world, mainly amongst Western Edomite nations. Okay. I watched these videos earlier today while I was at work, and they're very telling, right? And it goes to show you that basically the elites are collapsing this current system on purpose, and it's causing hell on the people, all right? Because they're trying to transition. So they're making life worse and worse for the people so that they can pretty much beg for a solution, beg for a way out. And you better believe that that MOTB system will be presented as a relief, as a savior, as a way out of your condition, okay? And these people in these videos, they are desperate, all right? They're desperate. They're looking for answers. They're looking for help, and they're fed up. So I'm going to play this first video here. This is the living crisis in the UK, all right? Because I have the UK crisis, I have Australia also, and I also have America. So this is happening amongst all the Edomite nations, man, right? Western, countries. They're collapsing society, bro. This current system is about to go. But as it goes, crime will increase. Pretty much second age 15. That's going to happen when people can't afford things anymore. And I got that precept pulled up, and I get that, Lord willing, but I want to play a portion of each of these videos, maybe 5 minutes max, or maybe less. But this is very interesting, bro, because everybody is feeling it, okay? Everybody is feeling it, man. Here we go. Make sure my audio is good. This is good. All right. I have them sped up a little bit, so may sound a little bit fast, but for time's sake, I got to do it like that. Here we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another video in regards to the cost of living crisis here in the UK, because it's now become an increasingly pressing concern for a number of individuals and families. Here we have a young woman sharing her story, her fight against the cost of living crisis.
I don't even want to cry on the internet, but I just really want to talk about it, and I'm going to try and not cry and just stay calm. But I've literally worked my whole life. I'm 28. I got my first job when I was 16. I was literally working part-time while working full-time at college. During COVID, I lost my job. I went and got a job on Tustin Trays. Instead of just accepting furlough, I went and worked. Even during lockdown, I've always worked. And my mental health has got so bad. Every day, I literally think about not being here anymore. Every minute of every day, it's all I think about is how much I don't want to be here. And I deep it with myself. And a lot of the problems that it's getting so bad is because I can't afford anything. And I'm not saying we should all be given loads of money, but I'm obviously sick and I've paid into this system for 12 years. And do you know how much universal credit I get? I get £800. Once I pay my rent, I don't even have enough to pay all my bills. And then I don't have food. I don't have money to go out. I don't have money to treat myself to anything. My Netflix has been fucking cancelled because I can't even afford my Netflix. And I just think, how is that helping? And they say, oh, we have this mental health crisis, we have all this stuff. How is this helping? I get that you think taking money away from people is going to make them suddenly just be able to work, but it's actually not. And do you know what it is making me want to do? Literally not be here anymore, because I'm embarrassed and ashamed that I can't actually either pay for food or sanitary towels or toothpaste or my rent. And I just think, what the fuck? We all say we care about mental health, but then when people actually need help, we judge them. How dare you ask for money when you're not working? How dare you need help paying for food? How dare you want to go get your nails done and make yourself feel physically nice when you've got no money? And I just think, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying so hard, and I've worked, I've paid into the system. Not that it makes a difference because we're all humans, but I have for the past 12 years. I've tried, and trying is what's got me in this position. And where I'm now so ill, I don't even really leave my house.
Now, for real, it does sound extremely difficult and challenging for this young lady.
Okay, man. So, as you can see here with this woman, right? She appears to be a single woman. You know, she says she take care of her own stuff, which is an indicator that, you know, she's a single woman. She didn't mention anything about having a man. You know, she's been working since she was 16, and she's going through it. All right. She mentioned how pretty much she wants to unalive herself because of her living conditions. Okay. She has a job. She has somewhere to stay, but after she pays her bills and take care of everything, she pretty much can't live life. So she said because of her living situation, bro, she want to unalive herself. All right. Now we know, bro, we know Esau does not like to catch hell. Okay. The first sign of hell, Esau wants to depart. Okay. As she said, she wants to unalive herself. Because this isn't normal for Esau in this world, okay? For them to be at the bottom like this, for them to be suffering like niggas, pretty much, right? That is, you know, that is mind-blowing to them. I'm living from check to check, you know. I'm struggling. How? I'm white. This is how they think. But these curses are setting in on them. Okay? That's what's taking place, man. These curses are setting in, right? That you know, great Edomite pride and, you know, boasting is going down the drain. And the Most High God is leveling the playing field for Jacob's trouble. That's what he's doing. Okay? The Most High is making it to where people can barely make it, man. And one day, here in the near future, people is going to snap, all right? Something is going to click and just make people start taking stuff. Bro, they're going to be fed up. Everybody is fed up and tired, bro. Who ain't tired, bro? Who not fed up and stressed out? We all are. But something is going to happen to where people are going to say, you know what, bro, to hell with this. Let's take some. To hell with the police, to hell with, you know, going to jail, you know, the fear of jail or anything. Let's go take something. That's 2 Ezra 15. And so this is a single woman, you know, she crying her eyes out on social media. Okay. This is serious, man. All right. He made this video 8 days ago. Okay. So this is a serious situation that's happening over in the UK. So let's put a little bit more here.
Lady, only 28 years old. The amount of money she's receiving through benefits is barely enough to cover the rent. And that's a massive, massive problem here in the UK. The rent prices are through the roof.
And I just think it's so fucked up, and the system's so fucked up. And if anyone has never been mentally ill and you don't know how it feels, like I'm not bitter towards you. I'm so happy that you don't know how it feels, but how quickly people want to judge. Like, oh, I hate going to work. We all have bad days, blah, blah, blah. This ain't the same. I actually don't want to be alive anymore. I actually would rather not breathe and not see my future and not get a chance to have family than have to deal with what I'm dealing with right now.
Sounds like she really needs emotional support. One thing that's not taken seriously here in the UK is mental ill health, and it's led to so many deaths. When you hear a young lady like this saying that she doesn't want to be here anymore, it's extremely serious. You have to take that seriously. But my advice to Nick would be to speak to a doctor, speak to a therapist, hopefully finding someone that would be more supportive of the situation that you're going through.
But, you know,
if you've been injured in a recent car accident that wasn't your fault, I'm going to show you how I got this one.
Everyone feels like that. And it's just not helping. Like, yeah, I'm struggling anyway. And then with the stress of the, how am I affording my bills? And we live in a society where you're valued on your money and I have none. Yeah, it's just really overwhelming anyway. Sorry for the fucking emotional overload.
No, it's understandable. It's a difficult and challenging.
And, you know, on top of that, bro, she's a woman. So they're the weaker vessel. Okay. They will unalive themselves if it get too rough. Okay. They would rather just, you know, unalive themselves, as I showed in a previous video on the lesson. Okay. This is serious, man. This is driving people crazy, bro. The cost of living, groceries, Medicaid. I mean, this is serious, man. It's getting worse and worse. All right. Everywhere. It's getting worse and worse, and people are on edge. And it's only a matter of time before things truly go left. Okay. Only a matter of time, man. Here we go.
Challenging time for a number of people here in the UK. So we're with you, Nick. We totally understand where you're coming from, and we sincerely hope that you do get the support that you need.
Embarrassing thing that just happened to me. I got paid on the 25th. It's now the 1st, and I'm completely overdrawn. And we needed food shopping. So I've just been walking around Aldi with my phone calculator out, calculating how much everything cost just to feed my family, because I only had £35. That was completely soul destroying and exhausting. And all I want to do now is just burst into tears. It really shouldn't be this hard to feed your family as a full-time working mum. We are a full-time 2-parent working household, and we are still barely scraping by.
It's extremely
Why is it?
difficult. Sorry, I want to interject quickly, because a question I always wanted to know, and a question that I want you guys to answer down below in the comment section, is what type of support does the working class person get here in the UK? As an example, this lovely lady on the screen, her and her partner are working full-time, they have children, and they're still struggling to put together a shopping list that they can afford. 2 working class people here in the UK.
That working parents can be working full-time, doing our fucking best, and we still don't have enough. We still don't have enough. And this is exactly why I am learning how to make money online, because I just can't live like this anymore. Don't need extra money for holidays or luxuries. I just need extra money to live, to feed my family. So if you're in the same boat, please know you're not alone. I'm giving this Make Money Online a go, and I'm sharing everything I learn as I go along, because we all just deserve a better life than this.
Absolute fact, she isn't lying, and there's a lot of money to be made online.
The cost of living crisis as well, with everything going on, how's it affecting you in your life?
50% of your income going to have it, even more for the paying the apartments. And room costs 1,000, 1,200. People can do when the
one room. That's one room, you know, ladies and gentlemen. She's talking about living in London, one room, and that one room probably comes with some sort of ensuite bathroom, so you've got to share a kitchen, but you're paying about 1,200.
What's to do? It's crazy. There's people upset. People don't want to live like that. This is not country for people who really try to work hard. If you work hard, they destroy you by the tax. This is good for lazy people. If you don't work, you know, take money from government. If you like,
it's so true what she's saying, though.
You want to go.
She does make a good point with what she's saying. Julie, it's not even a joke. You have to have your hands in multiple pies in order for you to be stable enough to live in the UK. There are no benefits for people that are working. This is
Okay, so that's it for this video. You can watch the rest of it if you want. But this is hey man, this is real. This is over in the UK, bro. Now I got another video from Brit Rants. Okay, and as you can see, the title says, "Is Britain Still Livable? UK Cost of Living Crisis, TikTok Meltdown Part 2." This is another compilation video. So here we go.
When someone asks you what it's like living in the UK, what's life like living in the UK? Are you fucking for real?
Bro, how is anyone affording to actually live in the UK? How are you managing financially? Council tax, insurance tax, income tax, capital gains tax, NHS tax.
Have you seen these fucking prices for fucking fruit?
At what point are we going to stop being shafted by every single company out there wanting more money from us? Because I've just had enough now, honestly.
Welcome to 2025, where a 2-income household working full-time can't afford a kids' party.
This country is finished, man. It's actually finished. God forbid.
Welcome back to Brit Rants. Today, we're diving into the absolute train wreck that is the cost of living crisis part 2. Bills are climbing faster than your anxiety, wages are stuck in reverse, and everyone's on the edge. If you're sick of just getting by and want to hear some real talk, hit that subscribe button. And while we're at it, let me know in the comments, What do you want to see me rip into next? Let's get into it.
When someone asks you what it's like living in the UK, what's life like living in the UK? Are you fucking for real? The government are so fucking corrupt. All they want is your vote so they can get into Parliament, and then once they're in, they fuck us all over. Kids killing kids. We've got homeless people that fought for this country, are living on the fucking streets, can't even get a fucking house, can't even get a property. We're fucking working all hours God sends in us so we can fucking survive, buy our food and pay our rent. We're paying for a fucking war in Ukraine. That is billions and billions of pounds that should be going to the UK. There's nothing to do with fucking us. That's what life is like living in the UK. Is fucking shit.
Bro, how is anyone affording to actually live in the UK? How are you managing financially? Council tax, insurance tax, income tax, capital gains tax, NHS tax. Bro, you just have a million taxes and then they're going to start charging tax on the tax you pay so you can later pay more tax. Bro, I can't fathom it. How are people surviving in the UK, let alone thriving, when you just got constant payments you got to make? And bear in mind, that's excluding your standard like rent and your bills and your food and what you need for actual survival. It's like, bro, we're all paying this extortionate amount of money for what? For the services that are terrible. I can't even go see my GP within the 3-week period if I wanted to. And then this is our standard weather where it's just great. It's like, bro, thank God, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful that I'm in a position financially where I can afford to maintain all these ridiculous payments that I got to be making. But it's like, bro, for the average working class person, bro, I feel for you, because how are you surviving, bro? I'd genuinely be out here on the streets with a regular 9-to-5 income, like struggling to even eat if it was all of these expenses stacking up and I had a regular wage. I don't even know what I'm spending money on. But yeah, right now it's looking really appealing. Like, I really understand why people are just selling everything they have and moving to Asia, because it's just less stress. You're not getting threatened from HMRC and random institutions every other week for payments that you didn't know you had to make. It's like, bro, like, I'm actually sick and tired of it. Like, I'm one bill away from just getting rid of this apartment, selling my car and just going to Asia, because like, bro, I've had enough.
You know, they have a saying in London, you can't leave your house without spending. I just went and got my coat dry cleaned and it was £30 and picked up 2 cosmetics and it was £15. So I left the house for 20 minutes and spent £45. So if you're thinking of moving to London, just know it's not cheap.
This country is finished, man. It's actually finished. God forbid you might actually want to eat healthy or flipping manage your personal hygiene to a basic standard, because it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I just got some deodorant, packet of rice and some chicken korma ready meal from Sainsbury's and a drink, and it cost me £14.80. Like, for a minimum wage, yeah, that's an hour and a half work. If you change the equation from money to time, that's an hour and a half of your life just to barely survive. Like, what the £14.80 for chicken, rice, deodorant, and a ready meal chicken korma for £15, bro. God forbid you want to actually survive and not even have fun, just survive comfortably, man. This country's in the mud.
What in the broken Britain cost of living? Bullshit is this now? Just take a look at this. So we've got a small latte. We've got a pack of smoked crispy bacon bursts. And I'll guess how much they've just cost me. Come on, someone. You've got to know what they've just cost. Tell me what you think in the comments. And I'll put the cost of them later on, because I'm shocked.
This is another reason we're leaving this country. We want some lamb mince to make a kebab, and it's £7.50. Look at the pack. The size of my hand. Getting absolutely ripped off in this country.
£7.50.
And I've had enough. City.
For me, I've decided to be a bit more healthy instead of eating kebabs 8 days a week and watching United pissed up on Jesus Jews. Have you seen these fucking prices for fucking fruit? No wonder everyone's a fat cunt. I mean, look at this, £2-4 like that's good. You can get a fucking doner kebab for an extra £1. No wonder everyone in this country is an obese fat bastard. And since when was it £1.40 for a fucking lettuce? It used to be 59p last time I bought one, which, yeah, rightly so, was about 7 years ago. I mean, look at that, £1.40 for a pack of fucking tomatoes. Something for the ladies if you can afford it. £3.50. Get to fuck. You literally got to scramble around the bag in fucking bucket section to try and get anything decent for a decent price. Fuck me, forget on summer. There's something else for the ladies there and a lot cheaper. I mean, that's not bad. £1.50 for a double pack. That's not too bad. Now, that's not bad. 80p for a fucking pie. Get yourself down to Morrison's. Thank me later.
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It's actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like, they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because you literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now. Like, they're actually realising that we've all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job, when in actual fact, that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being there, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options. Anyway, rant over. Let me know what you think in the comments.
At what point are we going to stop being shocked?
All right, so just from those couple of minutes there, man, you can see that from these people's testimony over in the UK, they're fed the hell up. One guy said that the UK is finished, okay? That's the same thing we say about, Babylon the Great, that this place is finished, bro. But they're talking, just from an economic standpoint, like they know the change, bro. Like they see the change, okay? And these are Edomites giving these testimonies, man. They're suffering. So if Esau is suffering, how you think Jake and them out there doing? Now, granted, Jake is used to it, right? Is messed up, but Jake know how to weather the storm. Okay. When all hell truly break loose, it's gonna be Esau that's bugging out. Okay, because this is not normal for them. This is why so many videos are coming out of these Edomites crying out, man. It's not normal for Esau to just suffer like this in his kingdom. But it's more and more of them starting to feel that heat. And they're crying out to one another. They're communicating, trying to, get money together, get groups together to try and combat the living costs. But they can't do it, man, because people are living check to check, barely, surviving, missing meals, missing, self-care days, a lot of stuff. Having to cut off, certain things that they like, Netflix and all that stuff. They got to get rid of it and try to save every penny that they have just to survive, man. But as I said in the beginning, these things are only going to lead to 2nd Ezra 15, okay? To where these people around the world, especially in these Western-led, countries, is going to get to a point where they're going to just take up arms on their own and say, man, to hell with this. I'm going to the store. I'm going to take some. And you're going to see mobs of people like that, man. Like you see on the movie, as you saw on the movie World War Z, okay? When society collapsed, so-called, in that movie World War Z, they went to every store, ransacking everything. I mean, it was chaos. And that's how it's going to be, bro. When people are hungry and tired, bro, and fed up and need medication, medicine, and they can't afford it, they're going to act up. And the police only can do so much, okay? The police can't contain every goddamn body. They can't. They have families. They're struggling. Okay? It's going to get real, man. So what we're seeing is just stepping stones to 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, man. Jacob's trouble. These are stepping stones. Now, this is in the UK. This here is in Australia. All right? Another Edomite nation. And it says here, right from the G-Man show, the Australian cost of living crisis. So they're going through a living crisis. Okay? And he has a few videos of Audis, okay, down in Australia who are suffering. Okay, look, brother, this ain't got nothing to do with the lesson, but the Edomite Australian woman, oh my goodness, they are sexy. Okay, oh my goodness, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the food that they eat, but they look good down there. But anyway, they going through it. Okay, They are going through it. Here we go.
G'day all, welcome back to the G-Man Show. Today we're going to take a look around the grounds on TikTok and take a look at the rental crisis and the cost of living crisis. People are angry out there, very understandable, and people of all ages. Let's jump straight in.
Genuine question to all the single mums out there. How are you affording life? Honestly. How are you affording rent or mortgage repayments, food, then kids' sports, school fees, life? Like, I'm not even thinking about other things like clothes and all of that sort of stuff. Like, how are we affording it? Because I don't think most people can survive off of one wage unless that wage is ginormous. How? Like, and it is so stressful. And what I'm struggling with is the guilt then of like, I'm working a lot at the moment and then I'm not as present with my boy. And then I feel guilty about that. And I'm like,
you hear the call, the leaves rustling, birds singing. You hear it.
Like, oh, I should be more present with him, but I'm just working because I got to work, because I got to put a roof over his head and food on the table. If you've got any tips, let me know. Genuine.
I've got a really good tip for you. Don't become a single mum. That might help. I'm just saying it's true. And or if you're going to divorce a guy, make sure you get a guy with a bit more money. You can pay a bit more child support. Pretty sure, just looking at this chick from face value, pretty sure she's not running a budget. Line up, guys. Take a joke.
Dude, I can't even begin to explain how fucked trying to find a place to rent is. I just went to, I want to say, probably my 50th fucking inspection. And I literally could not believe at 12 o'clock in the fucking day, there was easily 100 people at this fucking inspection. What? I've got another one this afternoon at 4. My brain is rotting at this point. I can't even tell you how many places I've looked at. I don't know what I've applied for. I'm just that overwhelmed with it. I'm that fucking over it. I'm that fucking over it.
Absolutely. And why are we in this mess? There's just not enough stock. And people say to me, no, there is. However, it's vacant, etc. Well, there's not much you can really do about that apart from people breaking the law and going squatting in people's houses, which who knows, if it gets desperate enough, that could happen. So people with vacant properties, keep your eyes peeled because there is stuff on the internet which lists these properties on there. But why are we in this mess? There's not enough stock. It just has not been at the forefront of infrastructure development until it's too late. So it's very reactive what's happening at the moment. So they're saying, I can't remember how many hundreds of thousands of new dwellings they're going to build by 2030. The date keeps getting pushed out because they keep missing timelines. But more and more people keep being led into the country by immigration. So those people all have somewhere to live. So it's not going to be enough. So you have lack of stock and you have a whole bunch of people coming in via immigration, especially into the major cities. And then you got as well, people also want to live close to work. Fair enough. If you're going to rent, you might as well rent somewhere where you can get to work and have some sort of lifestyle. But guess what? Everybody else wants that. So you've got a shortage of properties. And then you got, as she was saying, 100 people lining up at the door. It is insane.
Over it. Someone in this government better actually do something about the house demand, the rental demand, the cost of living, and the fact we even have to pay to live here anyway is fucking insane. Like, you literally mean to tell me that some cunt somewhere along the way was like, let's create this thing called money that every human to exist on planet Earth is going to attach a sense of self-value and worth to. And then, like, we can literally print as much as we want. It's literally just numbers on a screen. Like, it's actually not even real, but we're going to make it think it's so fucked, make them think that it's so tangible and so valuable, right? That they have to pay to eat, pay to live, pay to, like, exist on this planet that's allegedly just spinning and floating through the vastness of space. Honestly. And then what does it mean?
See where she's coming from. I can see, like, people are very angry. I even get a lot of angry comments on a lot of my videos. I think I get misunderstood all the time, especially when I do talk about these topics, especially when I'm talking about guys and when I talk about whinging isn't going to help you. I'm not saying it isn't hard. It's super hard. These videos are absolute evidence of it, people struggling. But whinging and waiting for the government to do something about it, like she was saying, it's not going to happen. So I think it's just a waste of energy. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It does.
Right, Esau. Your government not going to help you, okay? These elites want you to struggle and cry out and make these videos. They literally, or let me say it like the people in the UK, they literally, right? They literally want you to come to them begging, okay? And that MOTB gonna be the savior for you people, right? to heal all of your worries, all of your problems, right? This is a recipe being cooked up, man. If they're crying out in Britain, right, in London, over in the UK, they're crying out. You got people in Australia, they're crying out. You got people here in America, they're crying out, okay? You don't think Esau got nerds and shit watching these videos? Searching, seeing what people are saying, okay? Making plans on how to make it worse. They're watching, bro. Like we watch these videos, they watch them too. To see how are the people reacting to what we're doing. To the laws, you know, to the grocery prices, to rental prices, you know, Medicaid. They're tracking and watching it all. And they're going to keep on making life hard for you, okay? Until you come fucking begging for a solution. That's how it's going to get, bro. And this last video here, all right, done by Jake. I'm subscribed to his page, man, because I went through his content. He got some good content. It's called the Edwards Report. It says, you will own nothing and be poor. Cost of living crisis. So he pretty much got this quote from the WEF, right? You'll own nothing and be happy, okay? Even though that you're going to be poor and have nothing, but you're going to be happy because your government will provide for you, okay? You will get your basic necessities, right? Maybe get some cricket powder, some Beyond meat, right? Get you a vaccine so that you can sustain yourself, so-called. This is madness, man. But they're setting this shit up, bro. Really, it's the Lord setting this up to bring to pass his prophecy of 2 Ezra 15 and 16. Okay, Jacob's trouble. 2 Ezra 15 and 16 gives you a visual of how things are going to be when society collapses. When hands get sweaty, right? When people are fed up, it tells you how the people are going to respond. I'll read it, man. But let's play this here. Here we go.
My name's Kaylin, and things are getting way too expensive. Every month we do an update on the cost of living, not only just here in America, but around the world, because we know that there is a plan for us to own nothing, be poor, and be happy. So today I compiled some clips, and I just want to get your guys' opinions on what you think is going on.
10 years ago, someone told me, predicted the future and told me then that I would be making what I'm making now salary-wise, but I would be struggling and barely making it paycheck to paycheck and paying for food for 7 people. I would say, you're crazy. I can't even imagine making that kind of money. 7 mouths, that's a lot. And I know everyone is struggling, and trust me, we are too. Every time my car insurance gets renewed.
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces.
It goes up in price. So every 6 months, it's increasing by quite a bit. I shop around and I can't even find a better rate. Every year, my taxes, my homeowner's insurance go up. My payment increased by $700 last year because of taxes and insurance increasing. That's $700 additional a month because the escrow that was paid out wasn't high enough the year prior. And I haven't even started paying on my student loans yet. That's another $1,000 a month. I know this is sad, but honestly, if I was eligible to file for Chapter 7, I totally would. Just to help alleviate some of the financial stress and burden, because you just feel like you can't get ahead. A few years ago, like what we were making, I could throw money, at credit card debt and things like that. Now with inflation and how much everything's costing, there is no extra money to put anywhere. Like, I don't get how people are surviving. It's
Just credit cards. Just credit cards.
Yeah,
It threw me.
yeah, see, yeah, because this ain't normal to Esau. It's hard for her to wrap her mind around how really is how the hell Jake is living and surviving. That's what you really want to say. How are niggas surviving? How do you live like this, nigga? It's hard. Esau don't want to deal with this, bro. And notice a pattern. These are all Edomites, man. You may get a Jake on here and there, but these are all Edomites. They are not used to this, brother. This is why so many videos are coming out. They're starting to feel the pain of what Jake feel. The reality that Jake got to face with struggling to pay your bills, having your lights turned off, eviction notice, car getting repo, can't buy this, you can't buy that. You got to hold back on this, hold back on that. Esau not used to that lifestyle. So they're crying out. And they want to change. Okay, they want something to happen so that they don't have to be on niggas' levels. But it's too late, Esau. The Most High God is addressing you people, man. And he's leveling the playing field so that his word can come to pass. These are stepping stones to 2 Ezra 15 and 16. It's going to get worse and worse. Okay? It's going to get worse and worse to where people are going to say, you know what, man, to hell with this. Let's go take something. Whatever it may be. At whatever cost. Okay? Hunger Games. Right? This is going to be real, man. From these people's testimonies, you just know, okay, it's real out here. We're all suffering, bro. But to see these Edomites crying out, that's what's eye-opening to me. Okay, Jake been catching hell since we fucking came here to this damn country, man. Nothing new to us. This isn't normal for Esau, all right? They're feeling it. Here we go.
Threw me off her mentioning the student loans. I usually forget about that in my calculations, but man, you can't even default on those.
We work very, very hard, and we can't get ahead. I know many can relate to this.
So living out here in Australia is crazy. Let me show you. 50 cans of Coke for $50. This block of cheese, nearly $14. $4.90 on offer for chocolate. No thanks. $7 just for some milk.
$7 milk, $50 Coke. What? And I know these cannot.
$13 for a block of cheese. $7 for some milk, bro. That's crazy. But that's inflation. Okay? Inflation caused those things like that to happen. These kind of situations gonna come to America. They're already here. Go to the store, man, and try to buy the same item that you always been buying. It a little more. It costs a little more money, dog. Make you put certain things back, like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want this. I don't need it. It's real, man. Here we go.
Not be the only people. The only advice I would give, because no one ever asked my opinion, right? I make these videos, no one ever asked my opinion, but I give my advice, is you just try to hold on. There's nothing you can do. A lot of people are putting like foolish things on credit cards, but some people are just trying to get the basic necessities and can't.
How many times have you given up on yourself and on your weight loss journey because it felt daunting?
Can't. Some people can't reduce their cost of living anymore because they're already driving the beater. They're already barely affording their apartment. They're already using all of their paycheck to service their debt. She did everything she was supposed to do. Went to college. She got married. She's got her kids. Now it's 7 of them. That is a lot of people. That's a lot. But they did that not irresponsibly. They did it in a different world. Everything changed within the past couple of years. And it's not really viable to be raising a family, especially on one income. Like probably a lot of people would prefer.
This is why I feel like the cost of living has never been as bad as it is right now. Because it used to be when the cost of living was high, it was for the things that you need in life. Food, gas, shelter, etc. All those things cost a lot of money. Right now, all of those things still cost a lot of money. And also, I feel like it's just expensive to just be alive. Like, I feel like my life as soon as I wake up is literally just me putting down a credit card, and it's just a tab. And life is a bartender, and it's just like, what are you gonna have? And I'm just like, I'm okay. I don't really need anything today. And it's just like, oh really? Well, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna need to spend money. And I'm just like, what do you mean here? I'm just in the world. And it's just like, yeah, you have to buy something now. It's even getting to the point where like I feel like even my thoughts are getting expensive. You know. Like I could just have the thought of like, my nose is a little stuffy, and then all of a sudden I open up my phone 10 minutes later and have 12 ads for like, oh, you have a pollen allergy, and you got to buy these anti-pollen allergy pills, or you're going to suffocate in your sleep. Sleep is the only place I still feel kind of safe, but even there, it's like I could have sleep problems for one night, and then I wake up feeling kind of groggy, and all of a sudden I'm getting targeted ads for melatonin gummies. It's like all of our necessities are still expensive, and then also just every increment of our life costs something.
To have one income cover all the expenses, save and invest the other way, you're cooking with hot oil. But that's not the reality anymore. And a lot of people are feeling disillusioned. You can just hear it in their voice, the despondency. Like, wow, we were sold a bill of trash goods. We did everything we were supposed to. And what do we get out of it? But in a more stressful situation. And the irony of it all is when we were growing up, we'd be driving past construction sites and they'd say, do your homework. You're going to end up doing that. Do your homework. You're going to end up doing that. And now it's like all the people that are doing the trade jobs that we were all too good to be doing are doing great. And everybody who went off to college and got all the information is getting laid off. Crazy town. We live in crazy town.
Serious question. How are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck. So I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices, $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Like maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for like brand new for the same price.
You know it's bad when Goodwill start taxing. They put new price on used clothes.
At this point, I don't know. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out at a thrift store? I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff. I am so sick of my own cooking. You have no idea. I'm a bad cook, and I am so freaking tired of my own food. But how do people afford to go to a restaurant, sit down, and have a meal? Like, that is a foreign concept to me at this point.
It was just the holiday weekend, and we went out to eat for like the first time in forever. Like, my wife told me last week, like, hey, let's go somewhere and sit down. Let's go somewhere nice. We didn't end up going because we were all gross. We had been at a soccer game and birthday parties all day. But we went to our first restaurant in a long time, and we can afford it. We just don't because we prefer to eat at home. And it was mid, y'all. It was mid, and it was like $70. $70 for 4 people. I guess that's not bad. But I mean, we paid all that money, and it wasn't even good. So I get what she's saying when she's like, I don't even like my own cooking. If you're already struggling with money, sometimes you just ain't got no choice. People don't be complaining about eating Chick-fil-A every day. We don't be complaining about eating Popeyes, and we don't be complaining about eating Chipotle and McDonald's and all this stuff every single day. The repetitive thing. We've memorized what we buy on the menus. That's how much we've eaten this, right? But then we complain about cooking our food at home and eating the same things over and over and over and saving all this money and being healthier. It's just funny how we are. Maybe it's not the food. Maybe it's the freedom that we yearn for. And we want to have the opportunity to decide what we eat and what we don't. And if we're able to. And the current circumstances with the inflation, with the layoffs, with everything going on in the world, a lot of people have been robbed of those options they feel because they're just not making enough or they just don't have a job anymore. We can't be too picky in these situations. And sometimes you just got to hunker down, stay 10 toes and figure out a way to survive. And part of that is eating at home.
So I know I can't be the only one.
Right. And according to 2 Ezra 15, it's going to lead to that. According to 2 Ezra 15, it's going to lead to people saying, you know what? Let's go survive. Let's go take stuff. No matter if you got to take somebody's life for it. Let's go get it. We're hungry. We're thirsty. We need medicine. It's going to get to that level. And from them clips that we witnessed, man, the people are fed up. They've been fed up. But it's getting worse and worse by the day. More people becoming homeless, man. That girl in that first video, she was talking about how she wanted to unalive herself because of her living condition. She had a home, she had a job, but she's suffering. And I don't want to deal with that. So she wants to unalive herself. Of course, it's the Edomite woman, but it's a woman overall. Okay. Women don't like to be uncomfortable, especially with the feminism and what they're being taught in this society, in this world. So to live in that kind of condition like that is foreign to them. Like, what is this? You know? But hey, it's the Most High doing it. That's who's doing it, man. You just don't see, oh my God, the government. No, it ain't the government. It's Yahweh, the God of Israel, doing it. He's making it to where you're struggling. He's making it to where you just, oh my God, what is this? He's doing that. So you can fulfill his word. Okay? That's all, that's all, pimp. Here we go. 2 Ezra 15. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord Yahweh. So the word that we speak comes from the Lord, comes from these scriptures, because this is the word of the living God Yahweh. We speak prophecy to the people. And if you claim to be a prophet, you got to be prophesying, man, and be occupied in prophecy, right? That's your job. If you claim to be a teacher, right? It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And this is the key point. They're faithful and true. The Most High just don't just say anything to be saying it. He means it when he says he's bringing a famine, when he's bringing death and destruction. He actually means it, okay? Every word of it, he means it. He's going to make it happen. They're faithful and they're true. It says, fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity, right, or the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. You have tons of people speaking out against the Israelites, right? You see videos of these Christians and individuals. Oh, y'all lying, y'all like false prophets, y'all this, y'all that. Then you got Jake in the World, man. That's a white man book, That's Jesus. That's that. Y'all been talking about that. The Bible come from Egypt. All kinds of stuff. Okay, all kinds of stuff. Just a bunch of unbelief. That's all it is. A bunch of unbelief. Don't be troubled by it. Okay. It says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." So the Lord going to destroy them in their unbelief, man. So that's on them. Okay. Verse 5 says, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world." See that? The Most High going to do it. And we're witnessing these things, man. He's preparing the plagues. He's preparing them. It says the sword, famine, death, and destruction. These are the plagues that will hit the world. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Most High is bringing these plagues because of wickedness, man. And this world is wrapped up in wickedness, right? It tells you in what is that? 1 John chapter 5. It says the whole world lieth in wickedness. So the Most High going to address everybody, okay? The Most High going to address everybody. He don't give a damn. He coming to get you, all right? The Most High coming to get you, boy, for real. This is 1 John 5:19. And we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. So the Most High is going to address the whole world, but especially Babylon the Great, especially the beast system. The Most High is going to address you individuals, man, because that's where all the wickedness coming from. From the beast system, man, from the whore that ride the beast. You damn Edomites, man. You are the head of wickedness, okay? The border of wickedness. All this trash we see in the world, man. Wickedness has been increased and multiplied because you damn Edomites, man. The same thing happened when you were calling yourself the Greeks. When you came into power as the Greeks, so-called, What happened? You freaky, freaky individuals, you Edomites, man, y'all started showing out. And pedophilia increase, homosexuality, lesbianism, incest, all kind of just freaky behavior increase, man, because you Edomites. And let's prove that. Okay. Try to find a good starting point. I want to read the whole thing. Let's start here, verse 7. All right, so 1 Maccabees 1:7, it says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bore rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. They Hellenized everybody. They made everybody freaky, all of these orgies and just all kind of sick stuff, man. Esau is he's a very sick person. Very sick, okay? Alexander was a sick person. His generals, sick. All of them niggas sick, man. Evils multiplied. It's the same thing today. This is why the world's so out of balance, man. This devil. So the Most High gonna bring the plagues. He's gonna bring forth these plagues, and he gonna get some straightened. All right. One thing about the Most High, he gonna get straightened in the earth, bro. Just go read the scriptures. The flood, okay, Sodom and Gomorrah, you name it. The Most High gonna get some straightened. You people crying right now about your bills and your groceries, that's nothing. Boy, if you crying about that, boy, you ain't seen nothing yet, boy. Boy, the Most High finna kill, but he finna kill folks. In dramatic fashions. By the hundreds of thousands, okay? That's nothing to the Most High. Wickedness, he's going to address it, okay? And these people in these videos are wicked as hell, okay? Wicked idolaters, bunch of freaks, okay? These people crying in these videos, a bunch of damn freaks and pedophiles and idolaters, okay? These are facts. Adulterers, lesbians, okay? Crazy rainbow behavior. Jesus freaks, okay? The Most High finna get these niggas. You crying about some damn groceries, boy. You ain't seen nothing yet, okay? You ain't seen nothing. Verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, okay? For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. What's going to take place in society that's going to make people get up and fight each other with weapons? Something major going to have to happen to where there's crazy protests everywhere. This is talking about protesting, uprisings. It's going to happen. Well, situations like these, food and medicine, groceries going up, people can't afford shit, they're frustrated, children crying, they can't eat, it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. And it's only so much that people are going to take to where they're going to snap. They're going to fucking snap. And it's going to be real out here, bro. This is what the Bible is telling us. They're going to be fighting each other, man, for basic necessities, as you're going to see when I read on. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Right? Invading one another, man. Let me get that. Okay? I need that. I need that. Let me get that. Okay? By any means. If I gotta kill you, your wife, your children, I need that water. I need that insulin for my mama. I need that cover, that pillow. I need that. That's how it's gonna be, bro. And you women out there, okay, you feisty women out there, right? Lululemon, you bad bitches, so to speak. You will be food in that day, okay? You will be food in that day. Men will run through you. They're going to have their way with you, okay? Nobody will save you. No one will save you, okay? No one will save you. If you ain't in the truth, all right? Nobody going to save you. These men are fed up. They're sexually frustrated, right? A lot of men are sexually frustrated, man. Can't get no woman. Pressure built up. That's not good for a man to have pressure built up. Because if it's pressure built up, then he want to release himself. He turns into an animal, right? And you women, oh my goodness. Boy, you finna see how life was back in the ancient world for women, okay? Men are about to abuse the hell out of you, abuse you in so many ways. And let's see if your brother or your uncle, right, gonna come and help you. Ain't nobody coming to help you, man. They finna take advantage of you, okay? That was gonna happen. It says, they shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people won't be out here doing what they want to do. They don't care about the government or the police force, the local officials. They ain't gonna care, bro. I gotta feed my family. I have children that need to eat. So I'm going to take some. I'm going to invade somebody for their goods. That's how it's gonna be. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because it's going to be an uprising, man. And Esau, more than likely, is going to shut down these highways, have checkpoints, try to get some kind of order, right? Try to reestablish some order, man. People are going to be fed up. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. If men are afraid in those times, how much more you women? I know you think you tough and you big and you bad. You ain't. You're not. I know a lot of so-called tough women who, when things got greasy, they cry, bro. They always resort back to tears. They always go back to tears, man. I just don't understand. It's going to be real, man. And this is why seeking the Lord is important for us all. If you think Ezra just writing something down, just be writing something, he's not, bro. He's writing down what he saw in a vision. He saw hell breaking loose. He saw society collapsing. He saw niggas getting, ramsacked, ran over, ran through. He's seeing, military troops here, shutting down the city. He's seeing this, bro. He's writing it down. He saw men afraid. Grown men afraid in that time. And these men today are very weak, okay? But even in that, certain men, still can tap into, that manliness, right? Because men are naturally strong and they can resort back to that. A woman can't do that. She has nothing to resort back to unless she got a man or unless she's of the elect. Other than that, she's going to get ripped apart. They're going to take advantage of her, all right? Verse 19 says, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor. Why is that? Why won't a man show mercy to his neighbor, bro? To the person he been kicking it with, all these years. Barbecues and sleepovers and, parties, weddings and, vacations on a cruise trip, right? Their wives are best friends, come and change a tire for you. What's going to make him say, man, to hell with that, bro. I need that. No pity. right? Don't care about your family and kids. He got to feed his family and his kids. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, meaning what you got inside your home. Why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. If they don't have access to food and you got food, and then they coming to get you. If they can get you, they're coming to take what you got. And that's how it's going to be, bro. That's how it's going to be. Somebody run up in your house and they're coming to take your life if they got to. They want to take your goods to try and feed their family, bro. A lack of bread. This is serious, man. These prophecies are letting us know how it's going to be in that time. Now, for us as believers, let's go to 2 Ezra 16, and then I'll close out. All right? 2 Ezra 16. Let's go down to verse 70. 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So when things go left in society, right? Persecution, hell, uncomfortable situations, right? At that time, it's going to be known who are the Lord's chosen, who are really of the elect, right? Because we say hopefully elect, in humility. But in that time, in that day, it's going to be known who the chosen is. And you're going to have to go through the fire, man. You got guys, bugging out and tripping out right now about small things. Okay? Small things. Brother, you wait till Esau come hunt for your life, Ak. Wait till your face on the news as a terrorist, as a crazy person, right? And you can't go to work no more. You can't go home anymore. Then it's going to be real, bro. Read the book of Acts. That was chasing Peter and them, bro. Chasing Paul. Chasing them down, bro, to kill him. That was real, bro. Throwing them in jail, beating the hell out of them. But they beat them, bro, when they caught them. What you think gonna happen to you, Ak, if Esau catch you, brother? He gonna beat the hell out of you. He gonna beat you, bro. Okay? That's gonna be your trial. This is serious, man. Go in the fire, player. And guys are tripping out about small shit nowadays. Small, oh, my car, no, oh, my house, oh, man, oh, but my baby mama, a woman. What the fuck is you talking about, dog? That's nothing. But men leave the truth behind women and small shit, small things. You're crying about small shit, bro. Ain't nothing happening to us, bro. Nothing yet. But you wait till this shit go left. You wait till Esau come and kick your fucking door down while you sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when it's going to get real. Then it shall be known who are my chosen. Okay? But guess what? Even amongst all of this shit, man, all of this hell, society going left, amongst all this shit, the Lord going to protect his elect, though. Okay? Some brothers going to die. That's in the scriptures. That's going to be to the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashim Avashai, bro. It's just what it is. That's why your mind got to be prepared for all situations. Like your mind got to be prepared to die and to live. to go through a famine, to go through this, go through that, prison, every fucking thing, brother. If it's not, you ain't gonna make it. That's the truth. Verse 74, it says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." So the Lord letting us know that the time gonna be troubled, man. Troubling times coming. Okay? Troubling times. We read about it. But he promised deliverance. How he gonna do it, we don't know. But he gotta save somebody. Okay? Yeah, how wish I could come back and save somebody? So the Lord gonna do wonders, man, miracles, bro. Okay? He gonna do the miracles. Hey, look, you had to keep the faith, bro, and not bug out when things get tough, bro. This is why taking the truth is very serious. Praying is serious. It may seem small to you. It's not small. It's not small, man. Pray and watch. This is what Yahweh told us to do. He said that. He said, hey, look, man, pray and watch. Because bad times are coming. Well, he says coming horrors. As Yahweh said, I'll grab it real quick. Our Lord told us to do this, right? Go to Luke, what is it, 21? It tells you that, man. Luke 21. I'm going to get to the point. It says, verse 36, it says, "Keep alert at all times and pray that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors and to stand before the Son of Man." This is real. Pray that you might be strong, God. You got to pray, brother. I got to pray some more too. Because it's real, bro. We on the videos, on the highways and byways. They know who you are, Ak. Eventually, they're going to come, Ak, and grab up some of us, bro. And guess what? You're going to have to, deal with it, bro. But horrors are coming. So finishing out second Esdras, man, it says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide." You see that? Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. You're going to be in some fearful situations. We're all going to be in fearful situations, brother. Troubling situations, bro. Bro, read the Bible. Our forefathers dealt with some fearful situations. One in particular stand out to me is Daniel in the lion's den. Brother, that is fearful, Ak. Lions? Bro, if you put me in a cage with a pit bull, 2 pit bulls, I'm panicking. Let alone a lion's den. Okay? A freaking lion's den, man. But Daniel kept his cool, bro. According to the scriptures, he kept his cool in the midst of that, man. Trusting in the Most High, bro. That is some impeccable faith, right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so-called, right? Them being thrown in the furnace. That is fearful, Ak. Getting burnt alive, that is serious, brother. They kept the faith. Matter of fact, they said, even if the Most High don't deliver us, I'm not bound down to your golden image. I want to have faith like that. I pray to have that kind of mindset. To be like, fuck it. You know, if I gotta go, I gotta go. But I'm not bound down to this shit. I pray to be that strong, bro. Seriously, I do. But we have those examples for us to say, hey, they did it. Shit, we can do it too. But you got to have faith like that, man. And them men had great faith. That's why they got the testimonies in the scriptures, bro. Powerful, right? So the Lord says, be not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your guide. Okay, he's going to guide us, man. He's going to guide us, bro. Literally guide us. We're going to need that guidance. So that we can have, maybe shelter. Maybe the Most High leads you to some food, to a bunker, to anywhere. To where you are taken care of, man. He says, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord God. Let not your sins when you're down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. So the Most High is going to take care of those who is obedient to his word. That's what he got, bro. Okay, so I just wanted to do that, bro, to show you these situations here, man. It's hell everywhere, bro. It's hell everywhere. And it's only a matter of time before people snap. They're going to snap. And it's going to get real. So, Lord will knows where to find. All praise Yahweh Shema Shai. Keep fighting, keep pushing out there. Shalom. Hey, shalom.